Hi guys, this is Venkat. Hi guys, this is Venkat from IIT College. I have made a TikTok video for my college purpose. This is about Python lesson. You already know about Python lesson. Uh, the topic is Python lesson. Let's go through introduction. JavaScript object notation is standard format commonly used to transfer data as text that can be sent over a network. It's used by lots of APIs and databases, and it's easy for both humans and machines to read. JSON represents objects as name values. As you know, just like Python dictionary, JSON is supposed to be readable by anyone who is using a C-style language, and Python is a C-style language. As you know, JSON means it's defined to be JavaScript object notation. It's standardized format commonly used. And we have completed the first slide and next go to the second slide. Mm, the brief history of JSON. As we all know, JavaScript object notation was inspired by a subset of the JavaScript programming language, dealing with project neutral sentence. They got a nifty website that what explains the whole thing. Don't worry through. JSON has long since becoming language agnostic and exists its own standard. Ultimately, the community at large adopted JSON because it's easy for both humans and machines to create. As you know, Python is a very easy language to learn for beginners because there is no any. It's because dynamically typed. This is about the history of the JSON. Okay, this is an example of JSON. First, we have to take a input as we taken an input first name that's equals to J and the second input last name. As we know, this is the example for Python, JSON Python. Okay. From a more example, you can see JSON supports primitive types like strings and numbers as well as nested lists and objects. From this example, we example you can see JSON supports primitive types like strings, numbers as well as nested lists and objects. Okay, we can go to the next slide. Python supports JSON natively. That's what I'm saying that natively means Python comes from built-in package called JSON for encoding and decoding JSON data just through the middleware up to the both out of Word file. Python comes from built-in package, means built-in data structures called JSON for encoding and decoding JSON data just through this literal guy up to top of your file. Python. Just we have to use import Python file to built-in as a built-in function. And that's what from this slide. Uh, vocabulary. The process of encoding JSON. Encoding means nothing but serialization. I mean, the process of encoding JSON is usually called serialization. System which refers to the transformation of data into a series of bytes to be stored or transmitted across a network. You may also hear the term marshalling, but that's a whole other discussion. Naturally, deserialization is the reciprocal process of decoding data that has been stored or delivered in the JSON style. It's what about vocabulary. The process of encoding JSON is usually called serialization. And the term marshalling, but that was a whole other discussion. Natural deserialization is the process of encoding data that has been stored or delivered in the JSON Python. This is about this slide. Next we go to another slide. Serializing JSON. What happens after the computer processes a lot of information? It needs to take a data dump according to the JSON library, exposes the dump method for writing data to files. There is also a dumps method pronounced as dumps for writing to Python string. Okay, as we all know, serializing JSON, what happens after computing process a lot of information? It needs to take data dump. According to the JSON library exposes the dump method for writing data files. There is also a dumps method pronounced as dumps writing to Python string. This is about the Python serializing JSON. And we go to the next slide. Simple Python objects are translated to JSON according to a fairly instituted conversation. Python and JSON. Difference between the object at the I1 explaining the object JSON and Python differences. Dict. I mean, it goes to object. List and tuple in the JSON are array. String are in the string. Int long float. It means the numbers. Numbers are in JSON called as numbers. True. But in Python, we use true as capital T. But in JSON, we use the true in the we use T as small in true. Same with false also is in capital. It's in a small letter. None is in null. This is about a simple Python objects that translated to JSON according to the fairly instituted conversation. We can go through the next slide. So, imagine you are working with a Python object. Sorry, it's a bang example. Just it's an example. Imagine you are working with a Python object in memory. Let's look a little something like this. Data equals to president, name, species. It's taken in a Python as a Python JSON programming, but we have to know that this is about this one. We just show the next one. It is critical that you save this information to disk. So your mission to write to a file. Python context manager, you can create a file to call data file JSON and open it in write mode JSON files. Conveniently end in a JSON extension with open data file JSON as write JSON jump to data write file. As we all know, we must take this. Note that dump takes two positional arguments, that data of which will be serialized, and two, the file like object will be which bytes will be written. Or if we are so inclined as to be continue using the serialized JSON data in a program, you could write to your native Python string object JSON underscore string equal to JSON dot dump data. It means dumps take positional arguments. One, the data object will be serialized. Two, the file like object to which bytes will be written. And JSON actually be serialized one. Notice that the file like object is absent since you aren't actually writing to disk. Other than that, dumps is like just like a dump. As you all know that notice that the file like object is object since you are actually writing to disk. Okay. Some useful keywords arguments in JSON. In Python also some useful keyword arguments like def function, something else. Remember, JSON is meant to be easily readable by humans, like Python only. Python JSON also runs in common similar one, but readable syntax isn't enough. If it is all sequenced together, plus you have to probably got a different programming style then, and it might be easier for you to read code when it's performed to like. Okay. Next, we will go to the next slide. The first option most people want to change its white space. You can use the ident keyword argument to specify the initialization size for next instructions. Check out the difference for yourself by using data, which we defined above. I'm running the following commands in console. As we know, the first option most people want to change its white space means you can use the indent keyword argument to specify the indentation size for next instructions. As we all check out the different for yourself by using data, which we defined above and running the following commands in console. As we have an example like json.dumps of data. json.dumps of data in we have with 4 equals to 4. And we have another select. Okay. Another formatting option is the separator keyword argument. By default, this is a two tuple of the separator strings. It's maybe double quote strings, but common alternative for JSON is. Take a look at example JSON again to see where these separators come into play. There are others like sort keys, but I have no idea what that one does. You can find a whole list in the docs if you are curious. And we all know that another formatting option is separate keyword argument. by default. This is a two tuple of the separator strings, but a common alternative for a compact JSON is take to a look at the sample JSON again to see where these are separators come into play. There are others like shortkeys, but have no idea what the one does. You can find a whole list in the docs if you are curious. As we have we have messages like this one, deserializing JSON. In this JSON library, you find a low and lows for turning JSON encoded data in Python object. Just like serialization, there is a simple conversation between deserialization. So you can probably guess what it looks like already. JSON, it's all Python. This already we have explained, but this one is very useful. That's why I mentioned second time as one. Technically, this conversation isn't perfect. It was to the isolation table. That basically means that if you can encode an object now then encode it again later, you may not get exactly the same object back. In reality, it's probably more like getting one friend to translate something to Japanese as you as a translator and another friend to translate it back into English. Regardless, the simplest example would be encoding a tuple and getting back a list of decoding like so. And we all know that we all know if it's the translator, right? Mm, and this is example for the some translator or something else. Series blackjack hand equal to income q means encode hand dumps dot as I have explained about the dumps as soon back decoded hand loads also I have explained that now this is both these are explained about same things and blackjack and hand they have decoded hand false it gets and false tuple type of means it's called tuple it's type of decoded hand means less because it's have types and tumble means I have said you right load means it's hand means it's something else black and tuple decoded hand it means true we have learned tuple set up the next one we have to go to the next slide a simple visualization experiment. This time, imagine you have got some data stored on disk that you would like to manipulate in memory. You will still use the context manager, but this is time you will open up the existing data file.json. Read more. Example, we have to as in Python, we have to extension and music dot py, but in JSON we have to file.json with name mode. Things are pretty straightforward here, but keep in mind that result of this method could be written in a load data types from the conversation table. As we all know that about this, can I slide? This is only important if you are loading in data. You are running before. In most cases, the root object will be or a list. If you have to load JSON data in from another form program or have otherwise attending a string of JSON format data in Python, you can easily deserialize with the loads, which naturally loads from a string. This is just nothing but this is only important if you're reading and loading a data in data you haven't seen before. In most cases, the root object will be dicted, meaning okay, or a list. If you have pulled JSON data from another program or I have another voice uploaded okay, naturally load system. This is an example about the JSON stream. We have seen the data and loads to JSON stream. See this example clearly, and you can be able to achieve this. Okay, this is all about Python JSON. Thank you guys. If you like this video, you can subscribe and share my video. Okay, thank you.